calls for the newer upcoming units. Please subscribe. No, like genuinely, please subscribe. I'm begging.
Zach, by the way, you're 13 in Roblox. You're 13 in Roblox.
I don't know about you, but one of my goals this year is to cook more at home, and delivery with Uber Eats helps me do just that. I go Uber such a busy schedule, I can get back all Uber Eats, including groceries, and everyday lunch Next time you're to pitch, be sure to order groceries.
I walk outside for 2 seconds. Dude.
The one that I'm about to show you today is infamously beating this mod. Being the precursor mod to the all-called Rust mod that caused me quite a lot of trouble for about 2 years. Welcome to Dust, a full overhaul mod for all of you betas that turns the jingle-jangle of Mojave into hell. One is the familiar vibe of towns like Good Springs, all of its residents being killed by a mysterious plague. Rollback is now a video which every single W the wasteland and runaways, if not all medical supplies, are now considered a rarity. Also, lost weapons mod, resulting in improved accuracy and jump rounds to the wall, as most common forms of ammunition are just impossible to come by. Also, did I mention that the entire map is covered with tunnels from the Divide and Night Stalkers, which are two of the hardest enemies in the world. So I personally think that the story of Dust is quite interesting, even if the wiki is quite long, so I'll summarize it for you guys real quick. The NCR win the final battle of Hoover Dam, but you, the current, decide to kick them out of the new big strip. The NCR then takes back the strip by force and brands you as a terrorist to the organization, where they then discover the Sierra Madre and its toxic cloud. Long story short, the NCR do experiments on the toxic cloud of the Sierra Madre, and eventually escapes, decimating everyone in Mojave, leaving them either killed or slain. And on top of this, the criminals from the Divide
Dude, I have to do some house picks
tunneled their way into Mojave, dealing the final blow to the residents that live there, leaving behind the state of Nevada in a completely fucked up state. Essentially, it's all been a mess. And because this mod is based on surviving this very difficult mod, I decided it'd be fun to make all of my characters permadeath until we reach the level 5, meaning that the survival of each character for the first hour was quite important. So I thought it'd be fun to go through the characters individually and do exactly the first character is John at Host, which is an absolutely dumb reference to the fact that the middle of the screen looks like it says Fallout House instead of Dust. I mean, that's no. I really do. John House spawned in the most nice business where he was in the moment that he broke his wall and still kill him alongside frequent raiders before they followed him into his house where he was then shot in the head. Surviving roughly 4 minutes, being our literal first experience of Fallout Dust. John House 2, our second character, did twice as good as the first guy, surviving a total of 8 minutes before being killed by a random tunnel. The third character, John House 3, spawned on the outskirts of Good Springs in Gene's skydiving shack, which will be a very important location later on, where we then ventured into Good Springs and discovered that dogs had taken over, where he then subsequently died doing an amazing work. Our fourth character, John House 4, died the tunnels on the outskirts of Nipton after roughly 4 minutes to a man by the name of Stump Senior. job, considering he spawned right next to the nest of Deathclaws. The Deathclaw did actually follow him back to his house, where we did survive this situation before running off to Bitter Springs and
With
getting
shower time.
Game! 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 Game!
Where have you been? Been searching all along. Your place is what I long, without a clue, without a sign, without grasping yet. The real question to be asked: where have I been? I'm a shapeshifter at this masquerade, hiding both place and mind, or free for you to draw. I'm a shapeshifter, what a strategy, who's the don't take off my mask, revealing dark. Moments of calm, nothing to be found. A mirror in front of me, that's where I find an empty glass, reflecting there's a truth. It's every what's to be told. I need the mask. I'm a shapeshifter, actress masquerade, hiding both face and mind, afraid for you to draw. I'm a shapeshifter, chained up to my core. Please don't take off my mask, my place to hide.
Game! Game!
myself up to the left of this map, and we can just make it past all the fish. That way we get the pearl. For the speed run, we're going to need to do that a total of 5 times, so that will just be our first run. And then just keep pressing over the left. That way we'll go and go to this area. This is the update area where they added a ton of new characters. We need to get every single character, all the different bites, every chip, armor upgrades, all that different kind of stuff. So we're going to be heading down here over to the left, and the very first little mini game that we're going to do in this area is called Foxy.exe. So for this, you just got Foxy trying to scare you. He's all the way back there, and we're just going to walk forward. There's not too much to do. And eventually, after we walk enough, his eye's going to start looking down at us, but not too scary yet. Then we'll make it over to the second section, and right now you're going to see that every once in a while, I'm going to stop before going forward. This is because if you just keep going forward, then there's going to be a Freddy that comes out and he'll jump scare you. And if we get jump scared 3 times, then we lose the minigame. Now for the final section, we're going to start seeing these cats. And for the first one, we want to dodge it. We're going to hide behind one of those rocks, and then we can go through. As long as the kitty doesn't see us, we don't have to worry about it. Then there's going to be another one. I'm going to spot it right there. We wait a sec for it to move out of the way, and then we can just go forward. Now there will be 2 more cats, and I will give you a jump scare warning for when we get up to them, because they will hit us with a Foxy jump scare, but we don't have to worry about these other 2, because as long as we don't get 3, we won't die. So that'll be our first cat. We come up to the second one right there, and thankfully there will be no more cats in this section, so we'll just make our way over to the end where Foxy shows up one last time, but then we also get our first new party member, which is Marionette. Now next up, we're going to be heading over to the right to Freddy in space. And in this minigame, there are going to be 3 different characters that we want to get. The first one you get by completing this game 100%, and for that, we have to collect all these different cupcakes. What cupcakes do is they give you a better gun, so we're going to be able to do more damage. So our next cupcake, it's going to be behind this wall. We can grab it right there. And in general, I'm just paying attention, making sure we don't hit these lasers, and trying to stay as damage-free as possible, especially in this early game. Every once in a while, when you kill enemies, they'll also give you hearts, so we can take those as well. Now there's going to be this guy. I can just shoot him from this ledge. Oh, by the way, Scott the entire time is just talking to us, angry at us for being upset at him making spin-offs. I don't really pay attention to what he's talking about, because I'm just trying to go fast. We'll dodge these last lasers, then we can come down this section and stop ourselves in this room. Now for this area, all we want to do is just walk straight and spam the shoot button, grab that cupcake, and then go back. Doing it.
Whenever heartbreak strikes, get fast relief with Tom. Also try new Tom's Gummy Bites.
Doing it this way, you'll never get hit. And by the way, I am spamming the button for shoot because you actually have to do that. You can't just hold it, unfortunately, unless you want it to be really slow. So we do have to spam, and that does get kind of annoying, but that's the game. Anyways, now we're into this section. Scott is still talking about something, I don't even know. But we're making it through all these tentacles, all these little guys, and there are going to be these floating brain things, which are really annoying because they can go all over the map, and you can't really stop them. They're kind of hard to hit. But we're just hoping that we get a couple hearts as we destroy more things, and we'll be heading just over to the right. There's going to be 2 more of these blue guys, and right now I'm at 100 HP. So I'm just going to damage boost through a couple of things because I don't really care about getting hit that badly. We are now down at 80, but that's not too bad. And there's going to be another cupcake over there, which increases our damage a little bit more. But we have to keep going up because the thing we want to get is an extra jump boost. And that's going to be over in this section. There's going to be a couple more of whatever these things are. So we just have to make our way through that, do a couple jumps, hopefully not get hit by too much stuff. But now we got the extra jump boost, so we're able to jump higher. And at this point, we're pretty much just heading back the entire way we came through. What I want to do is drop myself down right here. We will often get hit by things on our way down just because of the randomness, but I'm not too worried about it. And then we can head left pretty much the same way we came in. Well, we're also going to do a couple extra things, like heading over to left here, where there are going to be a bunch more of these projectiles, so I'm just spamming it pretty much all the time, just hoping we hit them. And like these guys, I want to take them out before we can take our next cupcake, giving us an even better shot. And by the way, as we also get these cupcake upgrades, it also makes us less needing to spam. Like as you get more, you both get harder shots and faster auto shots, so once we get all of them, we won't need to worry about spamming at all. Anyways, that is going to be number 6. We just have 3 more we have to get before we beat the final boss of this area. So I can walk through here, use my extra jump to make sure we don't really have to worry about anything. And we have tons of health becomes a lot easier when we're just getting all these cupcakes. But now we actually want to go back to the very beginning, because there's one more cupcake that we couldn't get earlier without the extra jump boost, and now we can get, so we got to make our way over. That's going to be right back at the start. We can jump over to the right, and that's going to be our 7th cupcake. Only 2 more to go. So we head back over to the right until we reach this section where now Scott is telling us that this is a dead end. But since we have the jump boost, we can actually go up it and get another secret right there, which is going to be our 8th cupcake. Before now making our way all the way over here, Scott is trying to tell us to go back because he doesn't want us to find a secret layer, and we'll get our last cupcake there. And with 9 cupcakes, you can see that we are absolutely insane now. We completely destroy those giant robots without even having to worry about them. And yeah, we're just going to walk straight forward and take out the robots in our way. Then finally, we make it over to Scott, where we just want to stand right here. That way we dodge blue attacks, because we're in the perfect position, and since we did 100%, we get purple guy. But now we gotta go back into the game. This next time, we're gonna do any percent. This means get any amount of cupcakes that are not 0 or 9, and that means we're gonna get our first one's...
Oh god, they're back. You miss them. So I got mercenary Zachary. Hey, here. Zachary? Hello. Hello.
Game!
Hello. Hello, Jeffrey. Yep. What happened? Shoot, yes, yeah.
Area where they added a ton of new characters, and those are going to be the first ones we need, since obviously for 100% we need to get every single character, all the different fights, every gem, armor upgrades, all that different kind of stuff. So we're going to be heading down here over to the left, and the very first little mini game that we're going to do in this area is called Foxy.exe. So for this, you just got Foxy trying to scare you. He's all the way back there, and we're just going to walk forward. There's not too much to do, and eventually after we walk enough, his eye's going to start looking down at us, but not too scary yet. Then we'll make it over to the second section, and right now you're going to see that every once in a while I'm going to stop before going forward. This is because if you just keep going forward, then there's going to be a Freddy that comes out and he'll jump scare you. And if we get jump scared 3 times, then we lose the minigame. Now for the final section, we're going to start seeing these cats, and for the first one, we want to dodge it. We're going to hide behind one of those rocks, and then we can go through. As long as the kitty doesn't see us, we don't have to worry about it. Then there's going to be another one, spawn it right there. We wait a second for it to move out of the way, and then we can just go forward. Now there will be 2 more cats, and I will give you a jump scare warning before we get up to them, because they will hit us with the box jump scare. You don't have to worry about these other 2. long as we don't get 3, we won't die. So that'll be our first cat. We come up with the second one right there. And thankfully, there will be no more cats in this section. So we'll just make our way over to the end where Foxy shows up. But then we also get our first party member, which is Mary. Now next up,
You guys got like token. Who's happy?
Freddy in space. And in this minigame, there are going to be 3 different characters that we want to get. The first one you get by completing this game 100%. And for that, we have to collect all these different cupcakes.
Right?
Give you a better gun, so you'll be able to do more damage.
What'd you get?
Our next cupcake is going to be behind this wall. We have it right there. And in general, I'm just paying attention, making sure we don't hit these lasers, and trying to stay as damage-free as possible, especially in this game. Every once in a while, when you kill enemies, they'll also give you hearts, so we can take those as well. Now there's going to be this guy. I can just shoot him from this ledge. By the way, Scott the entire time is just talking to us, angry at us for being upset at him making spin-offs. I don't know if the way he's talking about, so I'm not just trying to go kill us. We'll dodge these last lasers, then we can come down this section and stop ourselves in this room. Now for this area, what we're going to do...
Oh my, I'm dead. Go.
And spam the shoot button, grab that cupcake, and then go back. Doing it this way, you'll never get hit. And by the way, I am spamming the button for shoot because you really have to do that. You can't just hold it, unfortunately, unless you want it to be really slow, so we do have to spam, and that does get kind of annoying. Anyways, now we're into this section. Scott is still talking to us. To kills all these little guys, and they're going to be exploding brain things, which is and you can't really stop them. They're kind of hard to hit. Just hoping that we get a couple hearts and we destroy more things. And we're heading just over to the right. There's going to be 2 more of these blue guys. And right now, I'm at 100 HP. So I'm just going to damage these 2 legs. And they're really getting hit down badly. We went all down to 80, but that's not too bad. And there's going to be another cupcake over there, which increases our damage a little bit more. But we have to keep going up because the thing we want to get is an extra jump boost. And that's going to be over in this section. There's going to be a couple more for these things. So we just have to make
Zach, Necromancer in the middle. Did you leave?
Now we got the extra jump.
Oh, you're Necromancer? Here.
Just hitting back the entire way we came through. What I want to do is drop myself down right here. We won't have to get hit by things on the way down just because of the randomness. I'm not too worried about it. And then we can come up pretty much the same way we came in. We're also going to do a couple extra things like heading over to the tier where they're going to be one of these projectiles. So I'm just spamming it pretty much all times, just hoping we hit them. And like these guys, I want to take them out before we can take our next cupcake, giving us an even
Doesn't give me up. How do you have what jumps me on the trees again? Which one is supposed to be a tree? I forgot where it was.
You both get auto shots and faster auto shots. So once we get all of them, we will.
Well, how'd you get on the roof?
Anyways, that is going to be number 6.
Lucky.
We just have 3 more we have to get. Before
I jump up. Oh, we got it. Okay, go.
Here, use my extra jump to make sure we don't get it. As of right now, with 41 health, which is kind of insane. That's exactly not just absolutely destroying everything. This game is a lot easier when you just get into this kind of box where you have to go back to the very beginning. Because there's one more technique that we're putting it early in the box. And now we can get
Run.
that's going to be a really shot.
Run, dude.
I think we are safe. Okay, only 2 more to go. So we head back over to the right until we reach this section where now Scott is telling us that this is a dead end. But since we have the jump boost, we can actually get fit and get another secret right there, which is going to be our aim. Okay?
Oh,
So now making
I can last for.
way over here, Scott is trying to tell us to go back because it doesn't cost us any secret. Okay, so you can see that we are absolutely insane now. We completely destroy those giant robots without even having to worry about them. And yeah, we're just going to go straight forward and take out the robots. And then finally we make it over to Scott where we just want to stand right here. That way we dodge the blue attacks because we're in the perfect position. And since we get 100%, we get perfect. For the game, this next time we're going to do any percent. This one's get any amount of cakes that are not 0 or 9, and then we can get to it.
What the heck? Oh my god. What do I do about this?
Eventually we make it back to this area.
Yo, I got yo, Zach. No, no godlike though. Sorry. Yeah, no godlike that time. How did I win that? What is it?
in this exact spot again, and we are just spamming as fast as we can. Dodging all these attacks nice and easy.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to hit this button over and over again. It very
Where's that commander? Got him. He's dead. He's dead. Got him, boys. Juggernaut. Alright, he's dead. Get out of the way, get out of the way. Don't get near me, Zach. I can get this man. Don't get near me. Please, just don't get near me. Let's get this man. I can try to pull off. Okay. Oh, we got him, boss. Finish it. Right now. Let's go. Let's go. Godlike or not?
Now finally our gun time is with no upgrades, and you can see that our gun is extremely weak, and that's why for this one we want to have way more HP than any other time.
For what? Godlights? Red classes, Zach?
And that's gonna be fun.
That's a fun. New one's pretty interesting. Oh.
Very interesting strategy here. We're actually going to mute the game by pressing Control S. And this is going to skip all of the attacks that happen. So once we're able to make it through this section faster, I'll just have to instead of this. We also have to make sure that we have right here at this response. This says we're going to take that. Otherwise, all the others are just going to stop right the section.
I died, actually.
I just want to stay in the top left section of this map. And also, once we see that, we're going to there's so much damage, and it's definitely the best one. Now we're going to leave this in the top left show here until we get to the next one. You can see even with the one of these, they just get taken. And we only want this. It's so with the boss fight, this one builds up the gold that this comes through. And one nice thing about it is it's really easy to make. The only objective here is to kill this game. The entire robot is going to start exploding and go away.
How much for one more? One more? Hey, you have Godlight? What do you mean? I thought you had. I thought you had two. What happened? Did you have three before? No. Did you get one today or no? So you have two more. Did we have one before? Why did you say you had one before? Didn't you mention? Oh.
This game is pretty difficult because basically you just have to dodge a it pretty much just comes down to knowing what's going to happen. So I know exactly where all these panels are going to come out when the queue is full. And they are actually going to have purpose just to go by a little bit faster so we can get the rainbow to come through and use its rainbow attacks. I'm staying around this area, that way I can stay safe and sound with it there. There's going to be another flower attack. I can go through that. Then now it's time for the butterflies. And these guys are very annoying because you want to go through them. You also can't go too far because you have to stay within the rainbow's attacks too. And now there's 3 more butterflies. And these guys have to move left and right anytime they want to. I want to be careful. I didn't. through the next time around and actually get it done. Now, a nice thing about this minigame is, like the other ones, you have to beat it multiple times. One time you have to get it with a time of over 3 minutes, and the other time you have to do it in under 3 minutes. So since we made a couple mistakes, I'm just going to make this one my over 3 minute time. And right here, I have to wait out this rainbow, so it'll use the laser attack. Then these are going to come at very specific points. I want to jump over all those spikes. There will be one last one there. Then it's also going to send out these logs, which we want to jump over. And yeah, there's just so much in this game. We spawn a bunch more logs. I want to jump over those spikes. Unfortunately, messed that one up a little bit. But like I said, there's really no rush since we just need to do it in over 3 minutes. So now I'm literally just going to sit here until it reaches around 250. Now this part is the only part of this stage that I'm not really a big fan of because it's a lot more RNG based than anything else. You have these gigantic eyes coming at you. There are a couple more of these spikes that we can actually use the spikes to kill the eyes. But yeah, sometimes the eyes can just get in very annoying positions and completely murder you. But thankfully, I like this first time. We're going to get a job. And right now we got to go in it one more time, and this time try to go a bit faster. So for our second one, we've made pretty good time, but here, of course, is going to be the part with these eyes. I always try to jump there because I feel like it's the most consistent. Then we got to do our 2 jumps, but we barely got any eyeballs there. Thankfully, it should be fine. We just got to make it through here, and unfortunately, we get hit by one of those. Yeah, no matter what you do, this stage will just always have a chance to be inconsistent. But as we start to dig into sub 3 minute, which means we're going to get this quick, and as soon as we spawn back in the game, I can press F2, go back to the title screen, and reload over to our save. Also, we will want to switch around our characters, so we can do layout and
Safe like could have felt. Spoil your trip. Start your step.
and now we'll spawn back in the main world where we're going to be renting. Now, you might know from all this red you can actually skip right here. So you basically go into the lights menu, then leaving it, and you can get through it without the top screen. But we don't want to for this category since if you now leave on the screen for long enough, then the entire screen is going to go black. He becomes distorted, and he starts talking about whatever this is. So we basically just have to make it do this. It's probably about a sanctuary or something like that. And finally, I start pressing. So you say, go back into the game, and we will have to find all the clocks in this game for one of the ending, but we'll do that as we go through. Now we're making it into this section where everything becomes a lot more pixelated. We're just walking through, going over towards this bottom cap, and that's basically like a quick travel system that you can do. But from there, I'm then going to want to jump back to our first area because making it to different areas actually gives us even better quick travel, and then we can go back to this area where there's going to be our first clock. We just want to move this guy over, and then we can press F2. So that's going to be our first spot done, and we'll have many more to get as we go. Like right now, because now we want to teleport over to 2, where we're going to talk to Fredbear again, and then after waiting on this screen for long enough, it's going to go back to this section where everything becomes black. You know, he does his thing. This man just loves talking. What can I say? But on his third message, we're going to see 5 o'clock again, so we can have 2. And our next clock is going to be over towards the left into the winter area, so we'll just be walking over there. It's also going to give us a free fast travel point as soon as we make it over into here, which will come in useful later. While we're going to be heading upwards, you can see the clock right by that tree, so I can just do a loop through this thing, grab that, and all we have to do is light up all these rectangles, and then we can press F2 again. Yeah, there's a lot of skipping stuff. And basically, you can take these glitches to different areas of this section. So now we're going to open this white section, which is the blue section, and then we just go back in the regular exit. Now that's going to put us in this water section where we can get our fourth fast travel point, and we'll also see we get our first new challenger. So you'll randomly get a new challenger as you're fighting people, or if you run away from fights. And that's going to give us a new party member, and that's pretty much how all the other party members happen. By the way, I'm also going to get our first chip, and that's going to be Run Buck, which helps us run from people better. After that, we'll be heading down here, and there's going to be another chip, which is Head Start Speed, before we press 1, and then we're heading up here. Of course, for 100%, we have to get all the chips, but we're only actually going to use a few of them. Now we want to head to this auto chipper. Like last time, it's literally just a single head. And there are going to be 2 chips over here. This one, which is Head Start Strength, and this one, which would be Head Start Defense. Now we want to go to the second area and head over to the left, where there's going to be our next auto chipper, and we fourth wall him. He gets taken out very easily, like the other 2. But behind him is going to be Evercombat Weak, and then we want to jump to 1, where it's time to do our next fishing hole. Like I said, we need to beat this fishing hole 5 different times, so we come back here every once in a while to try to get it, and that's going to be number 2. Now from here we can head back to 2, and we're going to be heading over to the right into this cave. That will put us in this section where everything is a lot darker, and we just want to remember the right place that we need to go. It's going to be this downwards path. There are going to be a couple metal men. I don't really care about them. And then through these planks, there's going to be an eyesore. This is a boss that we can't run away from, so we'll make sure to fourth wall him. Get tons of experience. I do appreciate these level ups. And then behind that boss is going to be Endless Speed. Now I like heading over to the third section, which is going to be this winter area, and up here there's going to be Quick Start Party. I'll check if there's another fishing we can do. Unfortunately, not right now. And at this point, it's finally time to head into the glitch area. Oh, but not before we get another challenger. This one's going to be Phantom Chica. Probably not the hardest person to take out. I do very much like early characters though, because we will have to grind a lot of these guys later in the run. What I want to do is come over to this rock, go against it, just hold up, and then we glitch through there. You'll also see that now the fights are glitched, and these guys are much stronger, so we're really hoping that we could run away from them. But it does give us another character. This one is going to be Withered Freddy. He shouldn't be too hard to take out himself. And I mean, 3 characters this early, I definitely will take that. But we want to head out through the out of bounds and go over to this strip, which by the way, I do say this is out of bounds, which I guess it technically is, but obviously it's also a feature of the game. Like, this stuff is definitely intended. Anyways, now
what's the rating?
Anyway, now we just want to head back and bounce, and we're going to go into this cave down there. It does mean it's going to be another dark section, and now I just want to follow the right path over to our next spot. For this one,
it's mods.
Collect all these guys out their boxes, and then we can press F2. Then from here, there's 2 chips that we're going to...
No, that game is played 90% of the time.
This first one,
no one ever plays enough no version of it.
There's going to be another one of these eyesore guys. We can just fourth wall him, and it's a nice win. And
who actually plays the game on mods though?
This one is going to be Withered Bonnie. Definitely not looking the best in the world, and crappy.
Sounds like Mindset.
They're dead. But behind them is going to be auto gift boxes. And then for the next one, I want to head back downwards over to the right, do a couple of these planks, and after walking down, we get another one. Eyesore guys, these guys really think they can take me out, but we do like a single attack. You already know. But this chip up here is going to be Evercombat Strong. Now we'll go ahead and check the fishing pole again. We're going to want to pay for that. And this is definitely not the best fishing area. This is a luck base where all the fish are, how fast they're going to be. So I will try to snipe this. No, that will not be a good place there. We're just trying to find a good spot. Unfortunately, we lost it. Not the biggest deal since we can just come back later, but does lose a little bit of time. That's just one of the luck parts of this run though. Anyways, now we want to glitch through the map again over through that log, and then we're going to be heading up and to the right. And once we make it to the water area, there's going to be this chip, Auto Shield. Now you can't actually teleport anywhere from the glitch world, so we will have to go back, and we get another new challenger. This guy's going to be the Endo Plug. Back in the regular map before going to the 4th area and talking to Fredbear again. You already know what's happening with this guy. He's going to talk about clocks. Like, what is he even saying? The one who pulls the strings is always watching. Who are you talking about? But yeah, he tells us where the next clock is going to be. And like usual, once he actually says it, we get this too. Now, once we're back in the game, I will check for fishing. Unfortunately, there's no one there right now. You do have to wait a bit for them to come back.
Everybody plays with mods. There's no one else. Super.
There's going to be another cave in this section, and in here there's going to be a clock that we want to get. So we're going to take this right path and just go through a couple planks, head downwards, before eventually we make it over to this block. But this one, we're not going to be able to actually press F2. We want to wait here once we hit this button, and it says 395248. Not exactly sure what that means. Probably somebody in the comments could tell us. But we're back over to the fourth area, and we got some more stuff to do. Because this time around, we're going to want to head downwards over to this glitching tree, and we're back in this section. This time around, there's going to be another glitched object we want to get to. That way we go deeper one layer, so I'm going to be heading over to the right. We can see there are some exits. We definitely don't want to take them because they would just deliver us to the wrong places, and we're trying to go fast. So now we're in this white section, which in this part, it's very easy. We just have to go down to the left until we make it over back to the blue. And finally here, we can see our exit right over there. And that's going to put us into the fifth area, which is going to be Black 2. Time to talk to Fredbear again. And this time, we're not going to press done. We're not going to listen to him anymore because I don't really need to. Then after that, we're going to want to head into the sea and then go downwards through these mushrooms. And that's because there's another chip that we have to get that's kind of out of the map. We just have to head through this entire path until we see this grave. We can go in there, which is going to be a cave, and we're just going to want to be heading upwards until we see this Mad Endo. And this will actually be the first kind of hard boss, because I mean, he took more than one attack, so you know they're getting better. And after beating him, we can go upwards, get Frettle Fury. I'll check 1 again, there's nothing there at the current moment, so now we want to go back over to Block 2 Yard, and in the bottom left here, we're going to get Block 2 Skin. Now we're going to go out of the map again, so I'm going to pull up on this grave, and then it's going to put us into the glitch world. This still is such a weird feeling area to be in because it really feels like you're not supposed to be here, but you are, and we use this to get this other chip. Anyways, now we just want to head back over to the graveyard. We can walk back through that grave, and then this time around, I will check 1, and we'll see that there's another fishing opportunity. We have some very interesting fishes who there might be a spot I can snipe, but I didn't want to test it right there, but I think this will be perfect. We can just drop that right there, and that's what we're going to do. Before going through that tree, taking it over to the cave. This cave is kind of a first of all, we're going to head downwards through these ways and then over to the left. Part of this game is really just memorizing the paths you have to take. Because like right there, I took a slightly wrong turn. I forgot I had to pull up, and that wasted like a second. We're really not the worst thing in the world. Now we can head over to the left, and up here there's going to be another one of these bad endos that will be jack around. Some marionette should be a very efficient fight as well. Actually has some pretty good health compared to everything. I say that with just the characters and these characters, these are amazing. That basically makes it more likely for characters to show up in battles. And that ship is incredibly important for this one. As you can see, it's already working to get going Freddy. But because there's so many characters in a real hard to get, this ship is essential. Now it's time to just head through. We're going to keep getting more and more characters. Make it to the end of this cave. There's going to be a grave right here in this section. You're going to start using this now. Different areas we have to go into. So the first area, we do that. And then it puts us into a third layer, and it's going to be this guy, which is literally just a face. Yeah, all four looks terrified here, very slowly moving. And by the way, while this is happening, shout out to Smith, first of all. I recently rewatched his 157 video. That's why I decided to do this one. And also the world record holder for this category, Darkness. And I just did videos for them. Anyways, we are now in the 6th area. We can press that button. But then we're going to go ahead and check for here. We get an enemy right before we do the picture. But I just wanted to start. It looks like this is not the best spot. Okay, but please move out of the way. And it should be a good spot. I think we could have done it a little bit earlier. Also, back to 6. Sorry, that's not the fault. Now, teleport back to 6. And if you go down, you get teleported over here. I if you just keep heading down to this area, there is going to be another boss fight. It's going to be against another bad endo. I'll hit him with a couple of forward balls, and then finish it out with buzz all nice and easy. And then within this chest, there's going to be boots here. Now we're heading back to the 6th area, and this time we're going to be going up. And you'll see there's this boots. We just want to hold up into that for a while. And then there's going to be another secret area here. And we also get another challenger. It's going to be paper. Hold on. It's going to be another bad endo. Another challenger. Okay, they're really making this fun there, Freddy. Roll back up there to the first status. Game! This mission goes and wait, but we're able to send it down soon enough to get the pro, but that's going to be another back. Now, next time we get to the battle, we'll see what the pro does. You can actually see it in this one versus these Dolphins. Basically, it's he doesn't use anything to play, so it's really nice. It is time to talk to Fredbear again, and this is actually going to be our second to last time. It's also going to end just like usual, but this time we can just F2 right away because he immediately. So we're restarting the game.
Barry sounds funny though.
Fight. This one is going to be against Brown Boy, and we got tons of stuff protecting us right now, but Brown Boy, pretty good opponent. I mean, not the best, but he's alright. And then above him, there's going to be another chest. This one's going to give us auto regen. And then we want to head over towards this guy, where now we're in the Pinwheel Funhouse, and this is a very big maze. Thankfully, I know exactly where to go, and we're able to take this clock. That's going to be our next one, and we can F2 like usual. Then once we're back in, we're going to want to head upwards towards this purple tent. We want to go through here. The effects are very weird, but we can go through that rock over towards that grave, and then over to the right.
HP or...
Bubba. And this guy actually kind of difficult. We want to use a Mega Virus first. That's just going to constantly do some damage. And then we want to use things like the Jacko Bombs. Just try to get a good amount of damage because this guy can actually take out a few of our people. Still not that hard compared to some of the later bosses, but they definitely are getting more difficult. Then we can head through the tent that he was protecting, go downwards, go this route. So we can see this one, and that puts us in this area where we can get down. Now we just want to head backwards, pretty much the exact same path we came through. And we want to go to this section of this map. Now here's what we're going to do both our character grinding and our money grinding. So for character grinding, it's pretty much just what you'd expect. What we have to do is go into a fight, and if we don't get a character there, we're going to hit the fights menu, and then that basically resets the game. So hopefully we find a character. So we'll go through it again, and this time we actually get a new chapter. We can take them out, and yeah, this is going to be basic process. So that's how we're going to be grinding characters. But money's a little reset by pressing the fight menu. Instead of this is a special boss that basically will give us $1,000 every time we beat it. But the thing about this boss is he only spawns every 20 minutes. Well, at least that's how he normally works, except we can actually manipulate the game by pressing F2 after the fight, and we can have another chance to spawn another. So we're just going to defeat him. He's actually a pretty hard boss to pick out one of our characters, but at the end you see that we get 1,000 fast tokens. For this run, we need a total of 32,000. So we're going to be grinding characters and these fast tokens for the next one. And then, like I said, after we go back to the beginning, we'll press F2, and yeah, we'll just beat this forever. Alright, as you can see by the timer, it's been a while, but we're finally onto our last goal to Endo, but we still have a couple characters we have to get. But after seeing the fight, you'll see we have more than 32,000 fast tokens, so now we're literally just grinding characters for the next while. Okay, finally, we got the last character. It is now 2 hours and 5 minutes within the speed run. We started this grind before an hour in, so we can actually continue to run. From here, we're going to want to change our party, and we're going to switch out Marionette for Fred.
Yeah, I guess it's funny, but like, I can play, but I can play as Bane.
Another Fredbear, then they're just going to glitch out, and the same Fredbear can't occupy the same space at the same time, so they explode. Yeah, that's a fun ending, but as soon as we see Universe End, we can reset. And like with the Pearl, you see that we get a new trophy, which is pretty cool. We also get the fan trophy from having old characters. Now next up, we're going to want to head downwards into this rock, and there's going to be another special ending that we have to get. So we're going to be heading over through here into this first glitch area, but oops, I actually realized that I went the wrong place. So we'll reset real quick. But to be fair, after an hour of grinding, my mind's not doing the best. But the right way we were supposed to go is up here into the tree. Then there's going to be another glitch right there. Thanks. But before we go on to the next area, it's time to get another ending. Because what we can do once we make it over here is we can go and find a secret area. And this is going to be our next ending. Basically, stop here forever. We're just going to decide as soon as we get it. But if you actually talk to the guy, he says he went too deep, and now you just have to chill with him. Instead of going down there, we'll take the upward path, which is the actual correct one. Then we can head through this place, and yeah, just go back to actually where we're supposed to be. The game did warn us to be fair, not dig too deep, so you can only really blame yourself. And now this. And now the speedrun is really going to start picking up, because it's time to fight Porkcatch, who is hiding a key. And we have to get this key so we can unlock a bunch of different locks, which will hide different areas that we need to go into. So first, we will take out Porkcatch. Actually a pretty difficult fight compared to the other few. Another guy did get taken out, but we will win just like usual. And then right behind him will be this key that we can press the 4 button and head upwards and then back to the left. Because you might have noticed as we came here before, there is a lock. And since we got an older box, now there's going to be this new area. And as soon as we go there, that actually gives the clock ending. Normally it just talks about how it's still your friend, says some ominous stuff. I'm not too worried about it, but it will give us our next trophy. Meaning now we spawn back into the first area, and we want to talk to the shopkeeper, where we're going to buy all the lights. We'll also talk to the robot, and we can buy all this armor as well. And yeah, it's time to use all the money that we collected through our grinder. But we also have to get these buttons, which may seem like clicking all these buttons, we can get to one of the boss fights we have to do later. There are a total of 5 that are covered by locked doors, so we'll get to them all. We also, while we do this, we can take some more fights, to take these, and then we can head back downwards to the winter area, unlock that lock, and there's going to be the snow cone, which we'll just have to beat. Of course, this time, he's going to be a lot stronger. Actually, difficult fights, like I was telling you this whole time, you know, at least it's doing more than just clicking the fourth wall. Then after beating him, we can click this button, and we're going over to the fifth area, back to the graveyard, where there's going to be another one of these shopkeepers just dancing. I love this guy so much. And we'll buy this stuff, but then we're going to the cave in this area. And from here, what we want to do is get a few things. We're heading downwards and over to the left, and then we can head back upwards, where there's going to be our boy again. We can buy all these ball trains, and we actually want to put those on, because they're going to help us against bosses. Then we want to head back through the cave, this time over to the right, until we find another lock, which is covering a button, but there is going to be an overclock right by here. You can see my ball trains, by the way, are doing their job. They're doing some damage to overclock, which is nice, because they're definitely getting stronger at this point. Now that'll be our next button. We're going to head over to the fourth area. There's going to be another one of our boy. We're going to take all these medbots, and this time as we head to the ocean, we're actually going over towards the right, where there's going to be this lock. There is going to be a super goon that we do have to face off against. Area, they're going to be 51. The first one is going to be at the strength, and the second one is going to be covered by an ice storm. Ball blades are right out of the thing. The second one is going to be at the sleep on. I don't want to go back to the area. But the fourth is going to be and basically, one party has to do ourselves and do it like the rest of us. So that's why we're taking it for these guys. Now we just want to hold the ground and we get a goal on fight, which is kind of funny. Okay, we're just going to run for that.
Game!
Really not giving them to you, because it is a 1 out of 10 chance that you actually go get the hit. When it does hit, it does not. So yeah, I'm just going to keep yourself this is the biggest support that you can make. It is one of the biggest stocks. Yeah, the one. Save, and we don't use it all to stay alive. Just keep killing our guys, because even if they die, if we use gift box, that doesn't do nothing. But this game very much does not feel like the EM sockets. And then it's also going to take out coffee, so we got to reset. Oh my god. Okay, so we did get coffee taken out right there, but we did hit a slap check. So maybe, just maybe, we can get one more slap from the side. We still have purple guy, and he does have a gift box, which means he can take damage. We just need our boy to actually hit a slapper. And thank you, we actually got it. That was something like that. okay, little jump scare wanted with the guy killing him. Not really a jump scare, but just in case. And that will also be destroyed. So it was pretty good so far. Here's going to be done with that one. Now we can head over to the 6th area. We're going to find the rest of our bites. Now we have gotten them all. And then we're going to do a threadbare skip where we go to the bites menu and then click that and we're going to go up to the left. And if you do this right, it just allows you to skip threadbare completely, and now it's not the security. Now, like last time, I'm pretty much going to do the same strategy where we just want to hit a slasher. At the same time, Anarchy can do some damage, and I mean, this guy is the hardest fight in the world. I don't think we can get lucky because it will make us go a little bit faster. This game has not been wanting to give me many slashes so far, though. But it's keeping them for the last 2 fights, because that's when we're really going to need them. We almost have them for the bomb. It might be smarter to just use other stuff. Like viruses. We use our jackal bomb. At this point, we're just going for DPS because it's not even worth it to go for the slasher anymore. But that's going to take out security. Now, normally, this is where one of the endings would end. But since we're on hard mode, there's a secret boss after this. See if we can.
Moments of calm, nothing to be found. A mirror in front of me is where I find an empty glass, reflecting of the truth. Every what's up to the told, I need the mask. All the stressful, apples masquerade. Hiding my afraid to drive.
You just want to go to so, you know, obviously he's very proud of us. But then he said the volleyball for his misery. And then he grows. He gets angry at us. He comes in a few, which we already have on the team. I'm not sure what we're doing that. But it is time for a true boss fight, which this one is going to come out the cardinal security. And it won't be the hardest fight of the game. We still got one more to do for this guy, but we want to go with the same general strategy where we're going for a couple slashers, and we got gift boxes, all that kind of stuff. But we're just really hoping that some of the slashers won't this time around. The speed strategy is so interesting because it just goes so well, and more control every battle. But as long as we keep on that's going to be our slasher. That's going to take out the guy, and we did it. We did right so now that's all the controllers we need, except for the very last one. And the control is right down and we're going to go to the very last area, except for this over here. It puts us into a very annoying cave, because this cave is and at the same time, there's a bunch of enemies. So I'm just going to try to remember my way by this backward to see what He's very annoying. Hold up to the air. 27. Twice on the speed when they go wrong. And I'm proud of that.
Episode 1 banger.
Girlfriend has the same leash